extremely rare warning in the Southern California area, a tornado warning.
Yeah.
Ev, I want to ask you, what should people do if they live in the area where this warning is in effect?
At this point, Sarah, take cover, of course. This is not an area where we are used to seeing tornadoes. Once in a while, we do get them here in Southern California. Very minor, usually not making its way on the Fujita scale. But that doesn't mean that we, shouldn't take cover at this point, because tornado is imminent, potentially. So let me give you sort of what's going on here. I know this sounds a little bizarre because we don't really see tornado warnings issued, but I do want to show you that red box on your screen right there. That is, yes, you see it right there, a tornado warning that is in effect through 10 p.m. So the National Weather Service is saying to take cover now. So that was a great question, Sarah. They're saying move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Of course, we don't always have basements here in Southern California because we don't live in tornado country. But again, move to the lowest floor of a sturdy building. Avoid windows if you are outdoors in a mobile home or in a vehicle. Move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. So flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Again, mobile homes could be damaged or destroyed in the situation. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles could occur. Tree damage is likely. So a warning means this is happening. So we saw this tornado warning show up on radar. We basically saw a severe thunderstorm cell show up off the coast of Santa Barbara County. Initially, we were looking at a marine warning that was issued through 11 p.m. for our entire coastline, spanning from the south coast all the way to the LA County coastline through the Orange County coastline. We did see a lot of convection over the water. That just means severe cells, thunderstorm activity. At this point, we did spot the cell at 9:30 p.m. It was a severe thunderstorm cell capable of producing a tornado over the water, moving north at 45 miles per hour. So what the National Weather Service Oxnard is saying is that it will affect far eastern portions of the city of Santa Barbara to Montecito, to Carpinteria, to Summerlin. If you are familiar with the area, again, before 10 p.m. It is rural in some of those areas, which is good news, but still we are absolutely looking at the chance of this tornado. So National Weather Service again saying take cover now, move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. This tornadic thunderstorm will remain mainly over rural areas of central Santa Barbara County, including Old Man Mountain, if you are familiar with the area. But of course, we are looking at that chance, this warning in effect for 15 more minutes. It's quick when these things happen. A severe thunderstorm, again, capable of producing a tornado, is now moving over land over the city of Santa Barbara. Montecito in danger, Carpinteria, Summerlin before 10 p.m. of a tornado. So really incredible. Sarah, you've lived and worked in areas that have experienced this sort of thing, more common than what we see here in Southern California. But from what your experience has been, what kind of advice could you give to people?
Well, just what you said, what the experts say, listen to the meteorologists and the people at the National Weather Service, get into an interior room of your home. But Evelyn, I want to ask you, we don't see a lot of tornadic activity in Southern California, but we do see damaging straight line winds.
Yeah.
And certainly the effects can be the same. Damage to your home, even if they don't register in terms of an EF1 or an EF2,
Right.
Still people want to prepare and people want to get inside into a safe place. I wonder, in the last several months or even the last couple of years, how many tornado warnings you think you've had really in recent memory?
Oh, I will say, I would say maybe like over the last 10 years of living and working here in Southern California at KCAL, I couldn't tell you the last time I saw an actual tornado warning come down. Usually we have convective activity and we see something on radar that may or may not be, and in the aftermath we look back, and that's kind of how you rate kind of the strength of a tornado. You don't rate it before like a hurricane,
right.
You rate it by the damage that is done. So we would look back at a storm and say, oh, we got some photos, some viewer photos, some video, radar looked like, maybe this was a tornado. Yep. Looks like we saw maybe a small tornado that didn't make it, on the Fujita scale, the EF scale there. But this rare. I mean,
Right.
very rarely do you see a red box that shows up. We did get the warning, over the water right there. That's why that marine warning was originally brought up. And I do want to show you on radar, you'll see right there, a lot of activity in that red, that little bit of red. That means convection, that means thunderstorms. That means, again, we could see downpours and hail and wind. And of course, like you mentioned, straight line winds, that's something we do see here in Southern California, and really hurricane force winds sometimes when we have a Santa Ana event or when we have really severe weather. But tornado warnings, I really couldn't recall the last time that little box popped up.
Yeah, it's really rare to see that here. I can't remember the last time I saw that here either. But Evelyn, I also want to ask you this. This isn't an isolated incident. Of course, we have this warning that will expire at 10 o'clock, and then another warning may be issued in another place depending on where the cell moves. But I wonder, what are the other effects and what are the other kinds of weather that you expect to be seeing in this same area and over the next couple of hours?
Well, convection, absolutely. So even if we don't see a tornado, and even if this kind of fizzles out as it continues on land, we could still see heavy downpours. So our next concern after something like this, because wind is a really big concern right now, and we do have those wind advisories up, and we were expecting this kind of wind and the convection, but of course the rain, the heavy rain and the downpours over burn areas. So huge concern through Santa Barbara County, Ventura County, LA County, all the way to Orange County, and of course Riverside and San Bernardino counties. We've got burn scars all across Southern California. It's been a very active fire season for us. Of course, debris flows and mudslides, a very big concern when it comes to this kind of weather event. But this is severe by all means. I mean, just that red box on your screen indicating that tornado warning, trying to see if we have any other information that's coming through. But at this point, just the warning that's going to be in effect until 10 p.m., about 12 minutes to go. And, National Weather Service saying to take cover now. If you are in the area, I know our signal here at KCAL does go out to Santa Barbara County. If you have any friends and family in the area, please get in touch with them. Let them know to move to a basement or an interior room, again, on the lowest floor of a sturdy building. You want to avoid windows because, of course, not all of us have basements.
That's
here.
right. And a lot of us, for a lot of people, in case you are wondering, that might be a bathroom or a closet. A lot of times that could be the safest place depending on the layout of your home. Of course, some people may be out in the car driving. The advice tends to be to pull over and take cover as best as you can if you are in a situation like that. Another point, Evelyn, I know in her long experience covering weather in Southern California, she knows that not only when you have tornadic activity but straight line winds, there is the distinct possibility of a power outage. That sometimes happens just with a little bit of rain and a little bit of wind. So that's entirely possible in this area where we're covering breaking news right now, a tornado warning in the eastern portion of the city of Santa Barbara and a few cities beyond that to the east. So certainly if you are watching this, keep that in mind. If you do still have power, prepare for the possibility of a power outage that may not be imminent, but is certainly a possibility given all of the severe weather that we have been covering this evening. And Evelyn mentioned just because that there is a radar indicated tornado doesn't necessarily mean there is a landfalling tornado. The National Weather Service would send out a team later on to look at the pattern of damage to determine if there was that circular vortex of wind or if the damage was caused in fact by straight line winds. But in any case, Evelyn, strong winds like this are dangerous no matter what they're seeing on the ground right now. So people really want to take heed of those warnings.
Absolutely. And again, this warning remaining in effect for 10 more minutes, you guys, through 10 p.m. Of course, it could be extended, but at the moment, we are looking at this tornado warning in effect through 10 o'clock for parts of Santa Barbara County. So we are talking the eastern portions of the city of Santa Barbara, just to remind you, from Montecito to Carpinteria to Summerlin. So again, this is lasting through 10 o'clock. And I do want to give you a little information that's coming down from the National Weather Service, actually just some questions being asked if we are getting reports of a funnel cloud. So we are waiting to get confirmation of that. As I continue to wait for that, I do want to let you know, Sarah asked an interesting question. I mean, how many tornadoes have we seen here in Southern California? What's normal? Because we don't always equate our weather with tornadic activity. And again, this is an unofficial number, but between 1950 and now, we've seen about 400 or so confirmed tornadoes. Again,
Wow.
they're usually very minor, usually not on the Fujita scale, and usually we kind of see them after. Very rare do we get that clear warning that comes down, but maybe 6 to 7 a year. But the vast majority of these occurring in the Central Valley. So, you know, it's not as rare as you might think, but this kind of situation, again, with an actual warning coming down, very rarely do I see that. So, going to check in again with the National Weather Service right now, see if we have any updates. Again,
Absolutely.
just waiting to find out if a funnel cloud officially has touched down.
And certainly they're going to be looking for reports of anyone spotting a funnel cloud or a water spout if it is in fact over the water. But it's interesting because we see in other parts of the country where tornadic activity is a lot more common, what's called a rain wrap tornado, which is a tornado occurring in periods of heavy rain. And those can be the most difficult. A lot of times they happen at night. They happen in these heavy rain cells, and it's so hard to see them coming. Again, these are situations where you have, you know, areas perhaps in Oklahoma and parts of Texas where you see a lot more tornadic activity and certainly stronger tornadoes. But those generally are considered to be some of the most dangerous conditions, right, Ev?
Absolutely, and sometimes you don't even see them. So it's really common to have rain-wrapped tornadoes, of course, not in our area, in our forecast area, but it could happen. Basically, you need a moisture-rich environment, which we have right now. You need heavy rain, which we're experiencing right now. And that sometimes obscures some of those tornadoes from touching down, which could be a good thing in this instance. But really, sometimes not clear to the eye, but clear on radar, because we do see these things on radar, and that's what we're experiencing right now. That rain could hide the danger, but again, we are looking at very heavy rain in the area, a lot of convection. This tornado warning remaining in effect through 10 p.m. for parts of Santa Barbara City.
All right,
Sarah.
we'll have much more on this breaking news coming up after